Hey, welcome back. We're doing this one for science. Shout out to Knife Dope. He was kind enough to trade me for this knife. Maybe I was kind enough because he was actually going after one of my knives, but I don't do a lot of trades, but when I do, it's got to be something interesting. And this is definitely that. So we have an opportunity to compare two of my favorite model SPK Lamias. Sorry, he's done a good job of taping this to the inside of the box. All right. So we have an opportunity to compare two of these Gen 3 Lamias from the Elmax batch. Because to me, this batch was so different. The one that I got was so different than the other ones I'd handled. I was super curious to find out if they're all like that or not. Holy cow. Okay, we got the knife. It's okay, people. So check out Knife Dope on Instagram and YouTube. He's a fun guy, fun channel, funny guy. And there it is. Another one of these spectacular V3 Lamias in Elmax. EMX. Now there was some variation, as if you watch Alex make his knives, there was some variation in multiple things that he did throughout this drop, including how he milled the scales. And you can actually see a pretty significant difference in the scale milling here and in the etching on the blades. So that's pretty interesting. So now the question is this thing as easy to manipulate, drop shut, immune to detent lock as my other one? Wow, I think it's right there. I wasn't sure what to expect. It might be a little stronger detent, but man, it is right there, which is very exciting because that could mean that on his Gen 4s he's bringing out that they're going to be just as good. And these are really good, let me tell you. This is like, just want to make sure that it doesn't come out of there. The detent's just so light, you would almost think it would come out of there, but it doesn't. Let's see what else we can see. Like, one of the things I noticed on this one versus other Lamias I've had is the blade had a little less stepped milling. And I'd say this one actually has more stepped milling, so it's kind of interesting. But he made 110 knives at the same time. And so throughout the batches, as he did them, he changed his processes a bit. And I was expecting to see some little differences here. You can see a more defined milling here and a more defined milling on the handle a little bit. The rest of it's pretty darn similar from what I'm seeing. A little difference on the etching on the blades also, but really thrilled, frankly, to feel that this thing's just as good. Now this blade thumb hole is a little sharper. This one's really nice and smooth. So I think the way he finished the blade on this one ended up with a slightly sharper thumb hole. So I do prefer this one. If I had to guess, this is probably the more mature one that came later in his process, but hard for me to say without, maybe I can go check order numbers or something like that. But yeah, very stoked to have another one of these in the collection. And I don't think I'll probably keep both of these. So maybe we'll do a channel raffle or, you know, for a lottery. Let's see how the lockup is on these two and see if it's very similar. But yeah, I'd actually talked to Alex about it because I was so befuddled by how much better the detent was on this one, or how much more I liked it. It may not be the best for everyone, but I really liked it. So I was curious, and he said he came up with a new process where he could be more consistent on setting the detent, and I'm thinking that's visible here. Good lockup on both knives. Super cool. Love it. Well, that is great news, I think, for the knife community. It seems like the SPK Lamia is trending into a knife that I think a broader set of people will really resonate with. And given that there are so limited models like this that are kind of checking all the boxes for many of us. Made in the USA, thumb hole, great action, ready to pretty much throw anything you want at it. I love the idea that this is a consistent theme, that he can get this kind of performance out of the knife. So I think that's about it for now. That was all I wanted to do, was just go drop $740 for science. But if you know the market on these, it'll be no problem recouping that if I decide to resell it. So nice, there you go. That's all for now. Nice little quick video. If you enjoyed this content, or if there's something you want to see, please feel free to comment. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.